what'd you think, and what areas did you like? What do you want to kind of take some strides on?
It was fun, first of all, just to get out there and play with them. It's always a little, I don't know the right word, but it's just meticulous through training camp going against your own team. It gets boring and you keep running into each other instead of the other team. It gets frustrating. So it was nice to get out there and play against, some real competition and play with the teammates. Good energy. I think we went through really good stretches defensively and offensively, just playing with pace on offense and then defensively being active. Obviously, far from perfect, and that's kind of expected right now. But I think a good first step, good first day.
What'd you think of Isaiah's no-look pass to you?
Yeah, it was cool. I didn't realize he no-looked it until after the game because when I turned around, the ball was kind of just there. But yeah, that's something he brings. I think he hit me on another one for my three after I screened for him. Just good two-man action. Like I know every time he's got the ball, he's looking to pass and make something happen. So luxury to have somebody that large that can have that skill set. I'm gonna get better at it too because I think he said he missed, or I had a couple that he could have thrown to me that I missed him on. So keep improving on that. But so far so good.
How do you feel about the things that you guys carried over from the first few days of training camp until last night?
I think it was good. I think the intentionality was there of us trying to do what we've practiced and do what we've preached. Play fast, get to different actions, be active on defense. I think there's a couple of things. Obviously, it's first preseason game. We probably kick the ball ahead a little better. We probably communicate a little better on defense. But some of that's also just playing on the road, first team or first game. Couple of new faces, but for the most part, I thought we did a good job.
How excited are you to be able to play in front of the fans tomorrow?
Yeah, really excited to get the first home game under my belt. Just, that's what everyone's preached since the trade in June. It's just how great the home fans are, and I obviously know that from playing here as a visitor for the last couple of years. So excited to be on the home end of that and hear the cheers.
What was it like being able to kind of pair up defensively with Casey Wallace yesterday?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, Cason's a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal defender, phenomenal human being too. Like really nice guy, great competitor. Like all the things you want in a teammate. And then obviously his on-court skills speak for themselves. For him be so young and have this kind of like presence and kind of command on both sides of the ball. I think at least last night it's what he showed. It's really impressive. Even towards the end of the first quarter or first half, I can't remember what it was. He's heating the ball up, and then they kick it to my guy, and I play one-on-one defense, and Dub comes over and gets a steal. That's just kind of the diversity that we have defensively, where one pass away, two passes away, we still have a really elite defenders.
Speaking of Jason, he mentioned that you've given him a lot of help and advice on the offensive end. Just what are some of the tips you've given him so far?
Yeah, just trying to get him to see the game. There's a lot of times where the defense is going to tell you what to do. I think he did a couple of those last night. One of them, he hit me on a shake-up where he read the low man and then, guys inside and I'm open, so he hit the shake-up pass for me. I think I missed the shot, but the read is the most important thing. And then he's so athletic, like he can get into the little spaces and the cracks and into the paint. And once he gets there, just about reading the defense. So guys up, passive, guys back, shoot it, different stuff like that. And then just reading off-ball actions. We have a lot of split game, guard-to-guard screens, stuff that involves being the ball handler, but also being the guy, getting the ball in the pocket and getting the ball off the slip. So just helping him think about it. He's a great player. He's a smart player. Like he's here for a reason. I'm just trying to help him, give him some answers to the test.
A couple of the guys mentioned how vocal you are, especially on defensive end. Is that something that you just come in and naturally do, or you sit back and wait and observe a little bit and see how vocal you can be?
Yeah, no, that's something I think I can contribute right away. It comes natural for me to talk on the basketball court, and especially to my teammates on the defensive end, just because I think it's something that's easy to do. You just talk about where you are on the floor, talk about the actions you're going through. Once you realize how to do it while you're moving, and you don't have to think about it. Like I don't think about what I'm doing now. It just kind of happens naturally, and it helps everybody else out. right? It'll help somebody if their guy's cutting and they don't see him, or I'm the low man. I can direct traffic and kind of quarterback everybody. But that's something that I think, is one of those intangibles that you can just do every time. Whether you're making shots, missing shots, playing great defense or not, you can talk and help each other out.
You were invited to the defensive group chat. What is it like?
It's good. I'm just trying to learn from these guys. They've obviously had a lot of success here, and I've had success otherwise. So, for the most part, just trying to learn these first, couple weeks that I've been here. They do keep it light. They're all. We've talked about the age difference already. I'm not that old, but all these guys are really young, so they have a lot of energy, and they're serious when it matters, but when it's not, they keep it light. So just trying to keep in line with them and find the rhythm.
Mark, when you just have one game of footage to go through, how do you kind of prioritize what comes out of that and what you try to get into a session where you have maybe an hour or two with the guys today?
Yeah, the training camp last week gives us kind of the framework to evaluate a game like that, and so really the things we've emphasized is the stuff that we'll focus on coming out of that game. We had some good cleanup today. There's obviously a lot to cover. We hit a little bit of it today. We'll hit a little bit tomorrow, and then we'll play again. And do a lot of it individually with the guys and just get a little bit better. We're not going to pitch a perfect game tomorrow, but we can be better than we were last night, and that's the goal.
You referenced the pinch post with Hartenstein last night. I just don't remember you using that phrase before. Is that a unique spot that you have him in comparison to maybe some other players on the team? Or is it something that he really takes advantage of in a different way?
Yeah, I don't know why I said that. It's not like a term for us. I don't even know where I got that. It's like in some library of basketball terms. It is a term.
Yeah.
I think it's like, at the elbow and stuff like that, but forget I said it.
All right.
I know it's a really small sample. Dylan taking a couple of charges last night, and now you have just a host of guys who are willing to kind of make those sort of plays. What does that indicate to you about him, especially on the defensive end?
Yeah, I thought that was definitely a weakness last night, was our rim defense. We outscored them at the rim, but our rim defense on a lot of plays, we were not where we needed to be, not early enough or not physical enough or both. And those were bright spots, and we got to have an identity down there, regardless of who it is. If it's a smaller guy, which he is, you got to be early and you got to be willing to step in, like Joe and J. Will, K. Rich. If it's Chet or Isaiah Hartenstein, those guys can go contest, but we got to have an identity around the basket. And that certainly was a weakness, but that was a bright spot.
I know you're probably not taking a ton of charges in practices and training camp, but is that something that he's indicated or kind of showed up that he'd be willing to just kind of make those kind of plays?
Yeah, we don't overcoach it. We don't practice it. We practice the positioning, and then we just emphasize the act of being physical at the point of attack at the rim. And guys, it resonates with guys, and so it's just something we've got to improve on, to be honest with you.
How do you feel about the carryover from training camp to last night?
Mixed bag. There's some stuff that was really good, and there was some stuff that was a little bit sloppy. I thought we pitched the ball ahead really well. I thought we were early off it on a lot of plays and had success when that happened. I thought we got switched most of the game, and we had a lot of really good attacks. We had a couple attacks that could have been better. Never all or nothing, but a lot of good things. Definitely a lot of good carryover, a lot of positive plays and positive moments, and now we just got to continue to carry that forward.
Mark, kind of looking back at the offseason with Chet, was there any sort of point of emphasis to kind of maybe, rework or change up his jumper?
I'm sorry?
To rework or kind of change up his shot mechanics?
Chet?
Yeah.
Ask him. He works with Chip. He works with Bliss. He, was in LA for a lot of the off season. I don't really get in the weeds on that with them. These guys are really, really professional, and they're really, really driven. And so I don't think I've ever in one instance said you need to redo your shot. We just have all the resources. We have all the people. And especially with something with your shot, if you want to change your shot, that's got to come from the player. You don't want a player half committed to a shot. but yeah, he's worked hard all off season. I'm sure that's part of it, but I would defer to him on that.
Just playing everybody tomorrow?
Yes, everybody. Cason Wallace had a mild little ankle sprain that we got to check in the morning, but our plan is to have everybody available.